Hi guys, how's it going? We're gonna do a quick little informational slash tutorial on receivers and the Calibri flight controller on the Atom V2 Power Cube. So if you're using a PPM receiver, it's a standard PPM, you can solder right to these pads right here. From left to right, it's signal, 5 volts, ground. There's also a port right here. If you have a breakout cable, if you have a spare one laying around, it's a 4-pin breakout cable. I've got a few of them laying around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my receivers up using this so I can easily swap them out for troubleshooting owners that are having issues, and kind of play around with configuration settings as needed by the team. I've got 2 of them here set up, and I have 2. I had to make these different for each one. I did take the cables out and move the colors around. This one right here, hold the top. This is the signal from left to right, 3.3 volt, and ground. Now, I'm not using the 4th pin on this one, but on this one I'm using signal, skipping over the second one. There's no second because I don't need 3.3 volt, ground, and then 5 volt. And the reason for this is my standard Lemon Diversity PPM receiver requires 5 volts, and the Lemon Sat will only run on 3.3 volts. What I'm going to do, as you can see on the satellite receiver, I've removed the majority of that plastic plug, kept these little pins here. I'm just going to solder onto them, and then I will plug in. Alright, let's get started. So on this, looking in this direction, the right is a 3.3 volt, middle is ground, left is signal. So we're going to grab the one that uses the 3.3 volt, which is this cable right here. Bear with me, I'm just going to verify that. Yeah, so the one on the far end is 5 volt, second one in is 3.3 volt. So I'm going to start by grabbing my way oversized for this job wire stripper. Start by making these nice and even, like so. And we'll just put this in here. Just cut tiniest little bit off, like so. Give this a little twist. Alright. So there's lots of different ways to tin. I like to use, I have a paste flux that I like to use. I just feel like it gets in there a little bit better. Like so. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of flux, this little paste flux, on these pins as well. Sorry, it's probably not the greatest focus. It's a cheap camera. Alright, so grab one of my helping hands like so. I'm going to do the voltage first. solder on my iron. And of course that's alright. So power's on. Next we're going to go to ground. I am not the best person for soldering, but I get by. I haven't seemed to have many issues. In my years of quad building, so you can feel free to comment how I messed up. I did that wrong. I will happily take any tips. Alright, now I'm not 100% sure. I actually might later on test and see if these three little pads and holes, if they are the same. I'll use my circuit tester and see if they are. If they are, I'll probably actually redo this off camera and solder directly into those holes, because that would be much cleaner. But for now, that's gonna do. I did make it a little bit long because I like to have options for placement. Who doesn't like to have options, right? And with this length here, I can basically cut it to length so I can go as far back as possible in the cube if I wanted to. It'll probably go back here when I use this one. Alright, so that one's done. We'll move on to the next one. Same basic deal. Actually, I grab a couple of these for this one because it's a little bit heftier. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Alright, so that was ridiculous. Alright, same thing. So, take the cables, put them down at the end. Nice level cut. Same thing, just a little bit off the tip, he says. Give them a quick twist, like so. Give a little dip inside the flux paste. And we'll do the same thing. We're gonna dab a little bit on each one of these. Maybe. Stick. Alright. This tiny little bit, doesn't need a lot. I also have this style flux pen. Actually works really well, but it doesn't work so well with the solder I've been using lately. I need to get some different solder that sucks to it, I guess. I don't know what the word is. It just doesn't seem to attract the solder that I'm currently using. So we're going to do the same thing. Since this one's in a different order, and the PPM is the one that's on the end there, I'm going to start with PPM, or signal, to be universal. So we'll just put a little dab on there. I got really hot really quick. It's a soldering gun, of course it gets hot. And turn the tip down a little bit. Okay. So there's that one. The middle on this is the 5-volt power. So we're going to go to that one next. I always hate soldering these ones in the middle because there's not a lot of space. Alright, that one is on. And we'll do ground last. Alright. So just like before, just like the last one. Got a little stray wire in there. And I am going to cover this in liquid electrical tape. Oh, look at that, it came off. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Really solid, and they are. Okay, so we're done there. So I'll finish these up. This one, I use liquid electrical tape. It's awesome stuff. I will actually coat both sides. Actually, I won't worry about the top. I'm going to get these just to make sure, but it's just plastic on the top underneath the canopy. I'm not worried about that grounding. I will, however, coat the bottom here, just because this is going to be flush on here, like so. Alright guys, so just to recap, if you're going to be using a Spektrum satellite receiver, it does require 3.3 volts. You can only get 3.3 volts from this breakout port right here, and it is the second from the left pin out is 3.3. If you're going to be using anything else that requires 5 volt, you can get the power from the positive, or you can do as I did with the breakout cable and be able to remove it. Alright, thanks for watching guys. If you have any questions, you can comment below. You can grab me on the forums, Blue Meanie, or you can submit a ticket through RotorX.freshdesk.com. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so a little update. I did find out using a multimeter that the 3 pins that go up here from the plug are actually also on the side here. So it's already been covered in liquid electrical tape, but if you would like, the 3 pins on the side of this satellite receiver from the corner are 3.3 volt ground and signal.